You get your real estate license, right? When you pass that test, you are so pumped and you're just like, let's go. What's going on, workaholics? Welcome back to my channel. It's AmyJ, and here we dive into real estate, entrepreneurship, and work-life balance. So today we're diving into the real estate side of things, okay? I know a few people who have recently gotten their license, or some people who are studying to get their Maryland real estate license. So today I want to dive into two different categories. Now look, I respect that people love a good, short, informative video. So that's what I'm going to do here. But I have two different categories, about 7 tips each, okay, in each category. So I'm going to go ahead and try to get through them, but also pack a little bit of information into each of them. Now listen, if you guys can relate to this video, then please make sure you like this video, comment down below so we can chat about it. And if you're not subscribed to me already, go ahead and do so, please, because I really would love to be friends. Okay, so let's get into real estate. We're going to talk about best ways to study for the Maryland real estate exam, and we're going to talk about how to prepare for your first year in real estate. Okay, so number one for studying for the real estate exam is what I did was I downloaded an app called real estate exam prep for dummies or something like that. I just went right into the Google Play Store and I downloaded it. It is available on all platforms. And for me, it was just like when I'm on the go, when I'm with the kids, when I'm in the car, like, when I'm sitting still, when I'm up at 2 o'clock in the morning on my phone, I can hop on that app and then get, refresh my memory on some of these things or test myself. And, it's like a practice test kind of app. So I'm able to, go on there and just like see if I'm ready or see if I need to brush up on a couple different things, and it gives you different categories. And I just think it was really helpful for me when I was studying for the exam. Number two is to study 1 or 2 categories at a time. Now, there is a lot of information packed into learning about real estate and then taking your real estate exam. You have, you have math, which is just like, it's a lot, and it's really, really confusing, especially if you haven't like learned these things from experience yet, or you haven't gone through like loan processes and everything like that. You have no idea what these numbers are about, so you really have to study them. And then you might have like the laws, which is super, super important to make sure that you don't get yourself in any kind of trouble. So trying to learn all those things at one time was a hot mess. So just like categorizing everything, taking this day to study 1 and 2, and then this day to study 3 and 4, like that, and kind of breaking it down. Number 3 is to ask homeowners that are around you, people who have gone through the home buying process, certain things on like the title process or like the loan process. Now, of course, you don't want to get into everybody's business or anything like that, but certain things like, hey, how was it, when the title gets involved, because a lot of the questions are regarding things like the loan process and title and everything like that. So it's like, hey, what's the title search? Like if they've gone through this process, then they probably know some of these things, right? Number 4 is to have a partner to study with. Like this partner does not have to be taking the real estate exam with you, but having somebody that just like has your back and it's like can just dedicate a few hours a day to help you go through your index cards, or just like help you choose which 2 categories to focus in on, or to throw these questions at you randomly and see if you can like answer them once they're all like mixed up and everything like that. Having somebody there with you, it kind of refreshes your brain and it makes you feel like you're not so alone in this very tedious studying process. Number 5 is to try to relate the questions that are in the exam, or the practice exam, for example, right? Try to relate them to things going on in real life. When I was studying for my exam, one thing that my instructor did, which I thought was amazing, was he would go into something like, riparian rights or something like that, which you'll learn. He would talk about his friend who bought a house on the water, how he was able to understand what riparian rights are, things like that, right? So at the end of that day, we were able to fully understand what riparian rights were, right? So kind of try to like relate things to actual things in real life if you can. Next is, this is very, very important, rest. When all the words start looking like the same words, and all the answers start looking like the same answers, and all the questions start looking like the same questions, that's when it's time to put the book down, put the phone down, and just rest. And the last step, number 7, is to give yourself time. Don't rush it. Okay, I know that once we're done with the course, we're like, all right, I'm ready, let's schedule it for next week. It doesn't work for everybody, you know what I mean? And there is so much information jam-packed. And even at the exam, once you think you really got it, the way they actually ask you these questions on that computer are completely different than what you've studied. Okay, so that was how to study for the Maryland real estate exam. There are a bunch of different tricks and techniques, but here's the thing, everybody's different. I cannot possibly tell you what your best techniques will be to study for that exam. Some people people literally just go and wing it. Some people study for months and then they end up forgetting a lot of the stuff and, you know, aren't able to pass the test. A lot of people just go and take it and pass it on the first try. Like, everybody is so different. So I think the most important thing is for you to just like figure out who you are and how you operate, and then study that way. All right, guys, and the last part that I want to talk to you guys about is preparing for your first year in real estate. Now, you know, I'm gonna keep it real with you. I do have videos up on things like, you know, the cost or how to choose a brokerage. So I'm just gonna run through these things because it's really important. When you get your real estate license, right? When you pass that test, you are so pumped and you're just like, let's go. Especially if you've been watching YouTube videos or, you know, talking to other real estate you know, agents that you know who have been in the industry. You are ready to just jump out there and get started and make your first commission check in a week. And let me just tell you to pump your brakes. Just take a minute, okay, and let's do this the right way. So the number one thing that I want to do, that I want to say for you to do in preparing for your first year in real estate, is to find a way to make some extra money. There are a lot of costs associated with starting. So if you don't have a job and you have some money, you don't have some money saved up, don't take the money that you guys need for your bills. Find a way within those first 2 months or something like that to make some extra money on the side, okay? Number 2 is to ask people's actual opinions of brokerages. So everybody tells you like to just interview a few people, but you need to go and talk to the people who have worked there or do currently work there and see what the real scoop is. Number 3 is to get organized. Now, it's certain things like, again, you're gonna have to know who you are as a person and how you operate, but there are certain things that you can do before you even get started that will allow you to just like focus on your work. And one of those things is to figure out how you want to look, how you want to carry yourself. Are you a person who always wants to be dressed up? Are you a person who is like, I don't care, I'm just gonna, you know, just be in loungewear, you know, whatever? Like, are you a person who always wants to be in a suit? Are you business casual? Like, how is it that you want to dress? Get your new business attire, sit it in your closet or on a clothing rack or something, and sit it out so that you see it. Because once you get going in the mornings, you're going to want to get up, you're going to want to work out, eat your breakfast, take care of your kids if you have kids, and you're going to want to like hop out that door and get to work. So one of the things that you don't want to have to worry about is like, oh wait, what am I supposed to wear as a real estate agent? There's all kinds of videos and Pinterest. You can go on Pinterest and look at, you know, just look at business attire. Business casual is pretty much around the realm that you want to, you know, stay in. Always looking presentable because you're always going to be around other people now. Number 4 is don't rush your niche, okay? But you do want to try all different areas of, you know, real estate prospecting and, you know, dealing with different real estate clients to see which one you're more comfortable with, to know which one you actually want to continue to move forward with. So if you want to work with first-time home buyers, if you only want to deal with relocation, if you only want to deal with veterans, for example, then work with everybody. Do all different types, or even like commercial, for example. If you want to work in commercial, like do a little bit of everything and figure out, okay, I was really comfortable with this and I feel like I can like really relate to these clients and cater to them the way that they need to be catered to. So I'm going to deal with these types of clients mainly. And when other people come my way, I'll either help them or I'll refer them out. But this is my main niche. This is my main market that I'm going to be targeting right here. Number 5, and this is really, really important, is that you always have to be prospecting for new business. You always have to be talking to people. You always have to be, you know, even posting on social media now. Like, you always have to be letting somebody know that you are A, in real estate, B, can help them with any of their real estate needs. You need to just be like putting that out into the universe like all the time, even at the grocery store, even at your doctor's office. Like, and I know that's a lot easier said than done, but sometimes just a normal small conversation can turn into your next lead. So always be letting people know that you are in real estate. Number 6 is to enjoy learning in your first year. Okay, you don't have to be an expert. It is good to call yourself an expert. It's good to like dive into all this education and getting all this knowledge and to be able to say, I'm an expert at that now. That's great. But don't rush that. Enjoy the learning process. You don't have to be an expert in your first year. You are not going to be an expert in your first year. Number 7, guys, this is the last one. We are done. I promise I'm getting out of your hair. Is to make realistic goals and set your budget to go towards those goals. Okay, make realistic goals. So in your first year, you might say like, hey, I want to make $100,000. And guess what? That is so possible to make $100,000 your first year in real estate. Okay. However, if you don't know anything about this industry and you're learning, it's going to take you a couple months to like really dive into it. And if you're not starting on a team and you don't have people necessarily right over you telling you exactly what to do, then you're going to have to stop, pause, ask questions. You know what I'm saying? You're going to get some stuff wrong, and then budget with those things in mind. And what I mean by budget is actually set, it's a lot of driving you're going to have to do. So set money aside for that. You're going to be out eating lunch, having lunch with people, talking to new people, networking. That's going to cost a little bit of money. And then all of the actual real estate related fees as an agent that you have to pay, you're going to want to have some money set aside for these things in case all this money that you're thinking is about to come in doesn't come in right away. Okay, so realistic goals and budget for those realistic goals. All right. If you know that you want to be a social media agent, you just want to put all this money into marketing on social media, then budget for that, because eventually that racks up and it's not very cheap. So that's it, you guys. I'm all done. Good luck with your exam if you're preparing to take it. And if you already took it and you passed it, good luck with your first year in real estate. If you guys like this video, then please give it a like, comment down below so that we can chat about it. And if you're not subscribed already, go ahead and do so. I really would love to be friends, and I will talk to y'all in my next video.